Can I just ask, how do you navigate that? Because as you say, you're working together, you own a business together, so you're working together. You're both active, like, it's not like she's a silent partner there. You're both actively involved in it. As you said, you're the only two employees. You're
Mm.
married, you've got a couple of kids, you're working from home. How do you guys navigate this is our family time, this is business time,
Mm.
this is our couple time? Does it have to be every 6 months when you go to over to South America is the only time that you guys get a couple time, or
It's hard. You know what? It's like, but this is the challenge, Tom. I always say, like, why did I spend all those years working on myself? All those years trying to navigate growing up, navigate, behavioral traits and issues, narcissism, and all of these things that young men feel and go through, and ego. And why did I spend all those years focusing on understanding myself and doing my own internal practice, working on myself, if I can't apply it to, I always say, like, that was the prep, this is the exam.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I've got to prove that all that self work that I did was worth something. And to do that, you've got to apply it in a model. I'm talking like such a scientist, but you got to apply it in a model that's real life. And the real life model is, yeah, 60 to 70 hour a week full time work with two kids under three, with sleepless nights, with this, with all of that. And the answer is, like, I don't get it right all the time. I don't get it right a lot of the time. But it's just about consciously trying to always reevaluate. And when you find yourself going down a bad path, like, we have times where we argue and we get heated, and it could be work related or could be other things, and our egos get in the way, and like any other couple. But it's always about how do we reset? Let's reset right now. Let's reset. Like, we found when we were in New Zealand before we came here, there were some really stressful times when our little girl, who was 8, 9 months old, she's starting to crawl. She's really demanding. She's in that I need mummy 24/7 phase. We got a 2.5 year old, and Sally was just absolutely getting hammered and drained on all sides. And that impacts on our relationship. It impacts on our business, all of that. And so we were like, okay, what can we do? Because we were starting to argue about things we shouldn't be arguing about. And we're starting to lose track of what we should be doing as parents, what we should be doing as a business. And so we're like, oh, right, let's have it. And I think the beautiful thing is we can never be angry at each other for long. It just hurts too much. So we both, we don't do the stonewalling for long. We do it like any couple, but we literally will look at each other, we'll tear up, and we'll go, okay, come on, let's sort this shit out. And we'll do, like, reset, right? What can we do? And it was amazing. So what we decided to do was to invest some money every week to hire a babysitter to come on Sunday and start doing date days. And we booked 4 hours, and we would go, and the rules were no talking about the kids, just talk about us. And we did crazy things, like we just went to the beach, because you forget what it's like going to the beach when you have kids, because going to the beach with kids is different. And we just lay on the beach, and we went for a swim, and we reconnected, and we had some beautiful alone time. We kissed and we hugged, and we and it's you like you've got to keep that love pool. You've got to keep developing and growing it. You can't forget it. You've got to also make conscious time in the evening and be really disciplined about screens and phones, and not, when you're at the end of the day, just sit with your backs to each other in the bed on your iPhone, scrolling through reels, like, and you do, because we're all human, but you need to also say to each other, okay, that's enough. And we still will argue about it and go, oh, but I just want 5 minutes. I haven't had any time today to myself. Right. But then it's, again, it's like, you're allowed little bits and pieces. Let's not be anal, but, like, let's have a reset. Like, how often you've got to just keep resetting all the time. Reset the energy of where you're at as a couple, and keep the passion and the love and the sparks alive.